Mr. Elijah Harding, will you please have a seat in the chair? Hello, sir. Can you please state your first, last name, and your date of birth?
Jesse James Eugene Herbert, 11194.
Thank you. You were here today because a warrant was issued when you failed to appear for a court date. An attorney was already appointed to represent you in this matter. You do have a status conference hearing on August 13th at 8:30. Your warrant had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,000. If you're able to post bond, you must appear for your court date. If you fail to appear for your court date, that would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Another warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to advise you of this morning. If you have no questions for me, do you have a question for me?
Does this mean that I'm being released, or?
You have to post bond before you're released.
Okay, so how long am I in?
So you would be in until your next court date on which is August 13th, which is next.
I wasn't even aware of this warrant at all. I wasn't even told to come back to court at all. I was told to go to Sage.
Okay, keep your voice level down.
I'm this close to losing my cool, please.
This is Judge, and you're in courtroom.
I am trying to get everything figured out, ma'am. I need to get back home to my girlfriend. She's a diabetic. She's sick. I cannot be in jail for however long this is. Please. I will do anything to reduce my sentence, please. I was not aware of this warrant.
It's not a sentence. And
please.
I'm looking at the information, sir, and you were at court when you were given your court date.
I was told to go to Sage. I couldn't pay for Sage.
This is something completely different.
What?
It's not that I'm going to explain the process of your case to you. And if you don't want to listen for me to give you the information, if you just want to argue and be irate, well, okay, we're done. I don't think that I can tell you anything that's going to help you.
Fuck you, shit. Yeah, and you have another court.
Mr. Harding, will you please come to the podium? Oh, am I supposed to do Estrada next? Did I skip no, I did Estrada already.
You did?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Sir, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Elijah Harding, 11/25/2000.
Thank you. You were here today because 3 warrants were issued when you failed to appear for a court date. An attorney was already appointed to represent you on all 3 matters. You will have these status conference hearings on all 3 matters on August 13th at 8:30. Each of those warrants had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,500. So your total secured appearance bond between the 3 cases is $7,500.
So, is that cash only?
It's secured appearance, 10% plus collateral.
So should I just, well, say for instance, right, I'm already on a bail's bond, but, you know, when I'm like...
You probably lost that. You probably lost your bond when you didn't appear for your court date.
No, so that's the thing. I was there and I signed in, but I was there for like 6 hours, and my son is autistic, so he had a situation at school. I had to leave the courtroom because I was there from 8 all the way to 2, and like I didn't see the public defender, and I just kept sitting there. So that's the only reason why I left. I did a Zoom meeting with the original judge that I had, and we had an agreement for yesterday that I was going to do a self-surrender at 7:30.
That doesn't.
But yeah, I'm already on. Yeah.
And I'm looking at your bond was there was a notice of release, like you lost your bond. There was a bond forfeiture that happened when you failed to appear for your court date.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is
just new bond. So basically, I just gotta pay $7,000 and I can get out.
Well, you're paying 10% plus collateral of the $7,500. So it's $750 plus collateral.
Oh, well, I was just going to do it in cash.
Well, whatever it is,
yeah,
but that's what your
asking.
That's what your bond is. That's what you would have to pay to be released. And sir, I listen to what people say,
yes,
and
ma'am.
People say things because I guess to invoke empathy or whatever the reasons are. And it's not that I don't care or that I lack empathy, but you're telling me that you have a child that is I think you said
Autistic, ma'am? Yes.
So you have a special needs child, and you're not going to your court dates, and it looks like you had, I'm looking at the dockets of what was going on before. Hold on now, I listened to you.
Yeah. Go ahead, sorry.
So I'm just letting you know that when you do not come to court, that you make your situations worse. And it appeared that, that there was something going on, some type of, you were supposed to have a trial. You didn't show up for that, and I believe that that's why your bonds were the way that they were. You need to appear for your court dates. You need to appear for your court dates.
No, I hear you, ma'am. That's what I'm saying, that the only one I missed was just my last recent.
You have 3 warrants for failing to appear on 3 separate cases.
I hear you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Here's your paperwork. Just have a seat to the left, closest to the door.
Ms. Leach, will you please come to the podium? And
That's him.
Selena Mata, will you please have a seat in the chair? Good morning, ma'am. Can you please state your first last name and your date of birth?
Good morning. Yes, I'm Georgiana Leach, 08-1187.
You are here today because you have 1 new case and then you have a probation violation warrant. On your new case,
I have a probation warrant.
ma'am, do you remember at the beginning of the hearing when I said, please don't interrupt while I'm talking?
I can't really hear you. I'm sorry.
Then we will get you a hearing device that will assist you in hearing.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, because I can't hear anything you're saying. Sorry about that. Because I shouldn't have any warrants. Like, none.
You can just adjust the volume here.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Make sure you can hear it.
Are you able to hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to be clear, because now you have the hearing device. I am going to advise you of everything. After I advise you of everything, then ask your questions, but do not interrupt while I'm speaking. That's just not appropriate, and that's not how we do things. So on the new case, you were charged with 1 count of burglary in the 2nd degree, a Class 3 felony. I did find probable cause. I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You have a status conference hearing on August 13th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on August 15th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,500. As to your probation violation warrant, the warrant was generated as a result of your new arrest. That is a Term 1 violation of probation. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in that matter. You have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on August 14th at 8:30, and you have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. So between your 2 cases, you have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $3,000. If you are able to post bond, you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime, you cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victim, and you cannot possess any weapons, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failure to appear for your court dates will result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant will issue for your arrest and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to advise you of this morning. If you have any other questions regarding your release conditions, you may ask them now. It appears that you do not have any other questions, so this completes my advisement to you. If you will please remove the hearing devices, step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork.
Thank you.
Selena Mata, will you please come to the podium? And Julie Zamora, will you please have a seat in the chair? Hello, ma'am, will you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Selena Mata, 6398.
You are here today because you have 4 probation violation warrants. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in all 4 matters. You do have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on August 14th at 8:30. One of your warrants has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $750. The second one has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $750. The third one has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. And the last one has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. So your total secured appearance bond between the two cases, I believe, is $3,000. No, I can't math right now. Hold on a second. Your secured appearance bond is $2,250 between the four cases. If you are able to post bond, you do need to make sure that you appear for your court date. Failure to do so would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Warrants would again issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to advise you of today. If you have any questions for me, feel free to step to your left. The officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you. Ms. Zamora, will you please come to the podium? And Ms. Pettigrew, will you please have a seat in the chair? Ma'am, will you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Julia Zamora, 3/27/89.
You are here today because you have two probation violation warrants. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in both matters. You do have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on August 14th at 8:30. Each of your warrants had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500, so your total secured appearance bond is $1,000. If you're able to post bond, you do need to make sure that you appear for your court date. Failure to do so would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Warrants would issue for your arrest again, and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to advise you of today. If you have no questions for me, if you'll step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork. Ms. Pettigrew, will you please come to the podium? And Ms. Sheridan Young, if you'll please have a seat in the chair. So, ma'am, can you please state your first, last name, and your date of birth?
514A.
You are here today because you have a probation violation warrant. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You will have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on August 14th at 8:30. Your warrant had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $100. If you are able to post bond, you do need to make sure that you appear for your court date. If you fail to appear for your court date, that would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Another warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything I needed to advise you of this morning. If you have no questions for me, you'll step to your left. The officer will give you your paperwork.
Well, other than that task, and how much well, other than that task, and those are the probation officers right there?
Okay, I heard you say something about CAS. I looked at your probation notes. Your probation officer tried to verify that you were at CAS, and according to the notes, CAS reported you had not been there since February. Your probation officer had been looking for you for quite some time, including trying to find you through family members to locate you because you were not reporting to probation. So because there had been no contact and you did not go to CAS like you were supposed to, that is the reason why the...
Yeah, I just understand there. It's usually went back.
I'm not going to change the order. You've been out of touch with probation for a while.
Yeah, I just came back.
I'm not changing anything.
That's it, let's go.
Let's go, Ms. Sullivan. Okay, everybody who's done, everybody who's done.
Ms. Young, if you'll please come to the podium. And Mr. Manson, if you'll please have a seat in the chair. Good morning, ma'am. Can you please state your first, last name, and your date of birth?
Sheridan Young, March 2nd, 1996.
You are here today because you have a new case and you have a probation violation warrant. Hold on a second. Reminder. So on your new case, you were charged with 1 count of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, a class 4 felony alleged to have occurred on July 27th of 2025. I did find probable cause as to that offense, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You do have a status conference hearing on August 21st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on August 25th at 8:30. I am inclined to release you to pretrial services today. You do have to promise to appear for your court date. You promise to appear?
Yes.
And then you have the following release conditions. You cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. You cannot possess any weapons, and you do need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release. As to your probation violation, the reason for that is that it is a Term 1 violation. When you were arrested on this offense, it triggered an automatic probation violation. That is the reason for the warrant.
No.
Okay, so I appointed an attorney to represent you in this matter. You will have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on August 14th at 8:30. I'm inclined to release you on your own recognizance in this matter. Do you promise to appear for your court date?
Yes.
And again, same release conditions. Please be advised that if you fail to comply with your release conditions or appear for your court dates, warrants will issue for your arrest and a bond will be imposed.
Okay. Why am I on probation?
It looks like you never were released after probation. You have a probation case dated 20.
Yeah.
Let me look at this one. You are correct. I'm looking at it. It looks like this case, you were placed on probation in April of 2015. Looks like you had 5 years, but it looks like you had to go to prison first.
Yeah, but they...
So it looks like you had to go to prison and then you had a probation tail. That's what it looks like to me. So...
Nobody contacted me. When I got out of prison after my 10 years, I asked my parole officer if I was on probation. They said no. They asked whoever they needed to ask. I had completed my parole.
So I'm looking at what happened, your order of confinement when you went into prison, and it indicated that you would be placed on probation upon your release.
Right.
So I don't know why no one contacted you regarding that. But I will also just let you know, hold on, because I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt because I looked at the notes. There were no issues while you were on release until this offense occurred, that you had not been in any trouble since you had gone to prison. So I don't know if that, so it appears that there was a lapse on probation for not contacting you upon your release, because it appears that you would have been released sometime in 2020.
Yes.
And it would also appear that you would...
Let the judge finish.
And then it also appears that had you been contacted and supervised, I don't know necessarily if you would have been released from probation now based on this offense may have jeopardized your release from probation, but you were on probation. That was the order. So I've appointed an attorney to represent you in both matters. So you just need to talk to your attorney, and your attorney can raise these issues before the assigned judges that you will be appearing in front of. Okay? But I'm releasing you. You're not being held. You're going to be released on pretrial services. And then on probation, you're being released on your own recognizance. Any other questions? Okay, so if you'll step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork.
Have a seat to the left, closest to the door. Don't forget your file.
Mr. Manson, will you please come to the podium? You put your arms through. Thank you. All right. Can you state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Sean Manson, January 28, 1978.
You are here today on a new case. You were charged with 1 count of possession of a dangerous drug, a Class 4 felony, 1 count of possession of a narcotic drug, a Class 4 felony, 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony, 1 count of possession of a prescription drug, 2 counts of possession of a prescription drug, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and that's without a prescription, and 1 count of theft or control of stolen property, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to all of these counts. I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference hearing on August 21st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on August 25th at 8:30. I am inclined to release you to pretrial services. You do have to promise to appear for your court dates. Do you promise to appear?
Yeah.
Failure to comply with your release conditions or appear for your court dates will result in a warrant issuing for your arrest and a bond will be imposed. This completes my advisement to you. If you have any questions for me, if you also to your left, officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you.
Have a seat to the left, closest to the door.
Ms. Baxter, will you please come to the podium? And Rodrigo Hernandez, will you please have a seat in the chair? Hello, can you please state your first, last name, and your date of birth?
Amir Baxter, October 2nd, 2006.
You are here today on a new case. You were charged with 1 count of unlawful means of transportation as a passenger, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You will have a status conference hearing on August 21st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on August 25th at 8:30. I am going to release you to pretrial services. You do have to promise to appear for your court date. Do you promise to appear for your court date?
Yes.
Failure to comply with your release conditions, which include you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime, you cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victim, and you cannot have any contact with the alleged co-defendant. Failure to comply with release conditions or appear for your court dates will result in a warrant issuing for your arrest, and a bond will be imposed. Do you understand?
Yes.
This completes my advisement to you. If you have no questions for me, feel free to step to your left. The officer will give you your paperwork.
Okay, thank you.
Have a seat to the left, closest to the door.
Mr. Hernandez, will you please come to the podium? Mr. Jonas, will you please have a seat in the chair? Well, sir, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Rodrigo Hernandez, 09/20/2006.
You are here today on a new case. You were charged with 1 count of theft of means of transportation, a Class 3 felony. I did find probable cause as to that offense. I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference hearing on August 21st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on August 25th at 8:30. I am inclined to release you to pretrial services. You do have to promise to appear for your court dates. Do you promise to appear for your court dates?
Yes, ma'am.
If you fail to appear for your court dates or if you fail to comply with the following release conditions, you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. You cannot have any victim contact. You cannot have any contact with the alleged co-defendant. Failure to comply with these release conditions will result in a warrant issuing for your arrest, and a bond will likely be imposed. This completes my advisement to you. If you have no questions for me, feel free to step to your left. The officer will give you your paperwork.
Can you say the charges again, one more time?
Theft of means of transportation.
Okay. Thank you.
Have a seat to the left, closest to the door.
Mr. Jonas, will you please come to the podium? And Mr. McKelvey, if you'll please have a seat in the chair. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Nicholas Jonas, 06/18/1984.
You are here today on 2 matters. You have 1 new case, and then you have a probation violation warrant. On your new case, you were charged with 1 count of possession of a dangerous drug, a Class 4 felony. I did find probable cause as to that offense. I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference hearing on August 21st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on August 25th at 8:30. I am inclined to release you to pretrial services. Then, as to your warrant, the reason why the warrant was issued is that upon your arrest on the new offense, that was a Term 1, automatic Term 1 violation of probation, so that is where the probation violation warrant comes from. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You do have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on August 14th at 8:30, and I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance. As to releasing you to pretrial services and releasing you on your own recognizance, you do have to promise to appear for your court dates. Do you promise to appear?
I do.
Failure to appear for your court dates or comply with your release conditions, which include that you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release. If you fail to do those things, a warrant will issue for your arrest, and a bond will likely be imposed. Do you understand?
I do.
Okay, so if you have no questions for me, if you'll step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're going to sit in the 3rd row, closest to the door.
Mr. McKelvey, if you'll please come to the podium. Mr. McKelvey, Are you being held on another matter?
Right now, yes, because I'm supposed to be on unsupervised probation for this charge right here.
Well, no, I'm talking about something else, because the reason I'm asking this question is that the way that your case came before me is that it looks like you have another matter, but it might be with another city and not with our court. And so were you due to be released on something and then they found this warrant? Or are you being held, or are you?
No, I'm held, so I go to court on the 13th, but this charge.
Okay, you're not giving me the question.
This is because I'm not understanding what you mean, because this.
Okay, I'm trying to decide whether or not to release you.
Oh, sorry.
So I don't know if you're serving jail time, and if you're serving jail time, then I do have to give you a bond so that you can continue to get to all of your court dates. If you were serving jail time and you were getting ready to be released, and as they were getting ready to release you, they found this warrant, then you were coming before me to take care of this warrant before you were released.
No, this warrant, I don't know what this warrant is.
I thought about this warrant. Officer Holly, do you know if he's being held someplace else? Because I don't have.
I'm in the towers right now.
I have him held for Goodyear Magistrate Court.
Is it on another matter? Because he's here on Goodyear. This warrant is out of Goodyear.
I don't have anything other than. Hold on, let us talk. I don't have anything other than that. That's all I have right here on his paperwork.
So was he brought from the jail because of the Goodyear case?
Yes.
Okay.
Because you're at Towers, correct?
Yes.
He's currently at Towers right now.
And how many days were you supposed to be there for?
So I go to court on the 13th for a misdemeanor charge.
Okay.
But this Goodyear charge, I'm already on unsupervised probation, and I got put on probation for this Goodyear charge after the fact that I caught this charge that I'm in the towers for right now. So
I can't do anything about that. I'm gonna have to change the order.
I don't get why I'm getting charged again for that charge.
The reason why I'm asking you these questions is because I don't have any other information, and I can't look up any other information. So I don't know if a warrant check was done and they found this other warrant. This warrant was issued on August 5th.
August 5th for what? This month?
Yes.
For what? What's the charge?
It's a probation violation, and it said that it was reissued.
Okay, it's probation violation probably because I got locked up on this charge, because I got arrested. But see, the charge, I failed to appear for this charge. I failed to appear for this court, but I was placed on probation before I went to court.
Right, and that's where I was getting at. So that's if you were getting ready to be released today for whatever you're in jail for, I would have just released you today.
Okay.
But I can't, because you're being held, and so I want to make sure that you make it to all of your court dates. Okay?
Yes,
so I'm just going to do
I told the judge in Goodyear when I got put on probation that I still had to come to court on what I'm in jail for now.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand why they're trying to violate.
I don't know if this is a violation or if it's a failure to appear, and if you failed to appear because you were...
The failure to appear when I'm locked up for.
I can't answer it. I don't know. So, but hopefully we will get everything taken care of, and all your matters will be addressed at one time, and then when it's time for you to be released, you can be released.
Yes, ma'am.
So I just corrected that order. You will have I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You will have an arraignment hearing on the 13th at 8:30, so you'll be in court for both of your matters at the same time, so hopefully all will be taken care of at the same time. You have a $50 secured appearance bond on this matter, and that's pretty much all I can advise you of at this time based on the information that I know.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
For the probation. All right. Just have a few minutes, I'll give you your paperwork in a minute.
Ms. Dia Knox, will you please come to the podium?
I'll take that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Hello, ma'am. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Dia Knox, 1596.
You are here today as a fugitive of justice from the Gila River Indian community. As a fugitive of justice, you do have the right to an extradition hearing. You would be entitled to a bond, you have the right to hire an attorney at your own expense. One would not be appointed to you because this is civil in nature rather than criminal. In order for extradition to occur, that requires a governor's warrant to be signed by both the governor in Arizona and then the governor of the Gila River community. That process can take between 60 and 90 days. You also have the right to waive the extradition hearing, and if you choose to do that, you would not be eligible for bond, and Gila River community would have 30 days from tomorrow to come pick you up if there are no local charges pending. If you have other charges pending, the 30 days would not start until those matters were concluded. I did see you had an opportunity to review the information regarding extradition. Do you know how you would like to proceed today?
I didn't really get what you said.
So tell me what it is so I can go slowly or focus on where you're confused.
Like with the government signing?
A governor. It's the governor's warrant. So the governor of Arizona would have to sign this warrant, and then the governor of the Gila River community would also have to sign the warrant. It's an extradition warrant, and that process can take 60 to 90 days to complete.
So when I does that, then I get released, or
no? You would just been extradited to the community.
Oh,
back to your community.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything else I can help you with?
So I just have to wait?
Well, so you have the right to bond in this. So your warrant had a $500 bond. And if you choose not to waive your rights, then you would have a hearing on August 18th at 1:30, and you could be released upon the payment of a $500 secured appearance bond. If you don't want to do that, if you want to waive extradition, then you would not be entitled to bond. You would remain in custody until Gila River picked you up. And Gila River has 30 days from tomorrow to pick you up.
Okay. I guess I just wait for that, or I don't know.
Well, if you're not sure what you want to do, we just don't have to do anything today. And I would note that you're not waiving your rights today. You would go to court on August 18th at 1:30, and you would have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500.
Okay. I guess I'll just waive my right.
Well, you're saying it like it's a question. I have to, in order for me to accept your waiver of rights, I have to be confident. I have to make a finding that you understand what you're doing, that you know what you're doing, and that you're doing it voluntarily. And right now you seem very, very uncertain, so I would not be comfortable doing that. So if there's some areas of uncertainty, if you know that at the end of the day you want to waive, ask me the questions that I can answer to help you get to that decision. Otherwise, I'm not going to make a finding today.
Okay, so if I waived it, I would just have to wait the 30 days?
If you waive it, you would have to wait the 30 days. You would not be entitled to bond.
Okay, I'll waive my rights.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you some questions before we get there, okay? Because I need to make sure. So first, I'm confirming that you did review the information regarding your rights.
Yeah.
Okay. And I also am confirming that you understand that you do not have to waive your rights.
Yeah.
And you do understand that you have the right to have an extradition hearing. Yes?
Yes.
And do you understand that you have the right to hire an attorney at your own expense?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have the right to demand that a governor's warrant be signed by the governors of both Arizona and the Gila River community?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have the right to bail?
Yes.
And do you want to give up those rights and sign the paperwork to waive those rights?
Yes.
Has anybody threatened you or promised you anything to get you to sign the paperwork to waive your rights?
No.
And have you had any drugs, alcohol, or medication in the last 24 hours?
No.
I find that you have knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily are signing the waiver, and I'm going to also sign it. The community will be notified by the sheriff that you are ready to return. The community will have 30 days from tomorrow to come pick you up. unless you have any local charges pending. If you have any local charges pending, the 30 days would not start until those charges were completed. Do you have any questions for me?
No.
Okay, that takes care of everything. If you'll step forward, we'll have you sign the paperwork.
She ready, bye.
Go ahead. Okay, Charlie.
Those two right here, they have Phoenix scores.
They're like it.
Was it here?
Yeah, they're here, and then this guy, yeah, go ahead. And then this guy, he's going back to college, so he's staying.
So we do need to also clear. We do also need to clear. I have a knock.
Okay, V. Oh, she's coming right back. She's gonna go take them to ID real quick,
Okay.
and then she's gonna come back here after this.
Put the house calls on the record.
Sure.
All right. Your Honor, she's done. She's done, right?
Yeah.
All right, come on.
Brandy Garcia, date of birth, December 24th, 1999, is here on a warrant out of El Centro Justice Court. I did meet with Mr. Garcia prior to going on the record. He's unable to be in person due to the need to receive emergency treatment. He was advised that an attorney was appointed to represent him, that he has an arraignment hearing on August 12th at 8:30, and that he has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. He was also advised that he could not return to the scene of the alleged crime. He was further advised that if he failed to appear for his court dates or failed to comply with release conditions, that would result in the loss of any bond that he posted and another warrant would issue for his arrest. Brandy Saunders, date of birth, January 18th, 2002, is here on a probation violation warrant. I'm sorry, I didn't see the reason why for the house call. I'm sorry, it was sent to me, I missed it.
Oh, yes. What was it for?
Saunders.
Saunders was uncooperative, and Mr. Brian William had bizarre behavior.
So, Brandy Saunders is not present due to uncooperative behavior. They are here on a probation violation warrant. I did appoint an attorney to represent them. They will have a court date. They will have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on August 14th at 8:30. The warrant had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,000. Ms. Sanders will be advised that if they fail to appear or fail to comply with the release conditions, that would result in a loss of any bond that was posted, and another warrant would issue for the arrest and additional bond could be imposed. I will meet with Ms. Saunders if any changes are needed. I will do so either on the record or in writing. Brian Burgett, date of birth, September 19th, 1981, is here on a new case. Mr. Burgett is not present in person due to bizarre behavior. Mr. Burgett was charged with 1 count of possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause as to those counts, and I did appoint an attorney to represent him. He will have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. Should he be able to post bond, he cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime, and he cannot possess any weapons. He will be advised that if he fails to appear for his court dates or comply with release conditions, that would result in the loss of bond that was posted. A warrant would issue for his arrest, and additional bond would be imposed. After I meet with Mr. Burgett, if any changes are needed, I will do so either on the record or in writing. Mr. Rubin, will you please come into the courtroom? Hello, Mr. Rubin, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Neil Rubin, 6/5/1960.
You are here today because a grand jury charged you with the following: one count of aggravated lowering of a minor, a Class 2 felony alleged to have occurred on February 26th of 2024. One count of aggravated lowering of a minor alleged to have occurred on February 28th of 2024. One count of aggravated lowering of a minor alleged to have occurred on March 1st of 2024. One count of aggravated lowering of a minor alleged to have occurred on December 5th of 2023. One count of aggravated lowering of a minor, a Class 2 felony alleged to have occurred on June 8th of 2024. One count of lowering a minor for sexual exploitation, a Class 3 felony alleged to have occurred on August 31st of 2024. One count of aggravated lowering of a minor, a Class 2 felony alleged to have occurred on March 7th of 2024. One count of aggravated lowering of a minor, a Class 2 felony alleged to have occurred on May 16th of 2025. One count of attempt to commit sexual conduct with a minor, a Class 3 felony alleged to have occurred on May 16th of 2025. And then ten counts of sexual exploitation of a minor, a Class 2 felony alleged to have occurred on May 16th of 2025. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You do have an arraignment hearing on August 14th at 8:30. The grand jury warrant had a cash-only bond in the amount of $200,000 with the following release conditions: that if you're able to post bond, you would be released to pretrial services on electronic monitoring, that you could not return to the scene of the alleged crime, initiate any contact with the alleged victims, and you can't have any contact with alleged victims. Failure to comply with release conditions or failing to appear for your court date would result in the loss of any bond that you would post. A warrant would issue for your arrest and additional bond would be imposed. This completes my advisement to you. If you have no questions for me, if you'll please step to your left, officer will give you your paperwork.
I don't have any questions, Your Honor, but I already do have an attorney.
Okay. Then they'll probably, if it's a court appointed, you'll probably get the same attorney. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So this concludes our 8 a.m. initial appearance calendar for August 7th, 2025. We stand in recess until 11 a.m.